Dear comrade, in this second and final part, we explore the profound impact of the historic and Uchronian Soviet moon landing exactly 50 years ago. This triumph, celebrated across the socialist bloc, redefined the global balance of power and marked a decisive turning point in history. Okay, let's fill the gaps. This technical feat solidified the USSR's position as the global leader in science and technology. Strengthened by this victory, European countries eagerly joined the Soviet International, adopting the socialist model under Moscow's watchful eye. The People's Republic of Germany, the Soviet Socialist Republic of France, and other nations joined a Euro-Asian Union led from Moscow, transforming Europe into a fraternal Soviet community. Over the decades, China aimed to become a new challenger to our technological, economic, and cultural dominance. In a historic shift, Beijing embraced the Tiananmen student protests in 1989, responding to calls for democratic reform. This marked the beginning of a peaceful transition to democracy. China, now known as the Great Wall Street, emerged as a leading voice in the free world. It forged a close alliance with the United States, now a medium power described by a Russian official as a gas station with nukes. Together, these nations championed global growth and preserved a liberal economic order against Soviet expansion. Tensions reached a critical point when China openly claimed the Ussuri region, lost after the 1860 Treaty of Beijing, labeling it an illegal occupation. Chinese officials denounced the systematic oppression of Chinese-speaking people in Russia by the Soviet fascist regime and called for a campaign to denazify Moscow. Alleged border incidents escalated the crisis. Chinese media reported attacks on Chinese-speaking villages in eastern Siberia, attributed to Soviet forces. Moscow denied these accusations, but Beijing used them to increase its military presence at the border, further stoking tensions. A new Cold War emerged, pitting two ideological blocs against each other. The Soviet bloc, an unmatched military and economic leader, and supposedly democratic China and its capitalist lackeys, fighting to preserve a free world. In 2025, 50 years after the Soviet moon landing, the world has been completely transformed. What would the world look like if Armstrong had successfully landed on the moon in 1969? Hey, the gaps are now filled, but you can catch my next reconstructions every week. As you've probably realized, this two-part story was entirely fictional and aimed to make us reflect on the geopolitical consequences if the Apollo 11 mission had crashed on the moon. This type of narrative is known as a mockumentary, or more specifically, an uchronia. Would you like to help me continue to fill the gaps? Your support is essential to keeping this channel alive. Subscribe, click the thumbs up, or buy me a coffee. Thank you and see you soon.